Hi, I'm Eddy Piddington from the Young Agents chapter of the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales. I'm here today with Dan Walker to talk about how young agents can move into the commercial sector. Thanks for your time today, Dan.
Thanks, Eddy. Good to be here.
Good, mate. Dan, can you give us a quick rundown of what you've done in real estate so far?
I started in real estate the day after I finished my HSC. As a trainee, I was doing door knocking, cold calling. I then became a salesperson about 3 months later. I listed and sold my first property at the age of 18. I then moved from my first office to McGrath in Terrigal, where I stayed for around 4 years or so, working on my skills and learning as much as possible. It was then that I decided to move into the Sydney CBD and start in the commercial sector.
Sounds great, mate. What's the main differences between residential and commercial?
Look, besides getting Saturdays off, in commercial you're dealing day to day with business owners and corporate companies. There is a lot of activity and potentially some great money to be made.
I've heard commercial is very numbers driven and less emotional. How's the shift been?
Yeah, that's true, Eddy. There's not much, if any, emotion involved at all. It is strictly numbers based, and if a deal is not stacking up for a company, they will just look elsewhere, as opposed to residential, where someone might, love the view or the neighbourhood.
Big question, Dan, on the Young Agents chapter. Has age been a barrier for you?
Not at all, Eddy. Look, as with the residential, if you know your facts and how to give awesome service, age is no barrier whatsoever. People want to deal with professional consultants who can give great service.
Have you been able to transfer any of the skills and I suppose knowledge of the industry you've learnt through residential into commercial?
Absolutely, Eddy. All the skills I learned in residential come into play when dealing with commercial clients. Usually a commercial agent would have to have a university degree to get into the industry. Look, as we spoke before, I was lucky enough to have a few years' experience in residential. This helped me get into the commercial sector.
Last but not least, Dan, what advice would you give to people looking to transfer from resi into commercial?
Eddy, I would say become involved with the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales. The Institute runs many courses and holds events where you can learn more about the commercial sector and meet great successful agents.
Thanks, Dan. If you want to find out more about making the move into the commercial sector, contact the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales. Go to reinsw.com.au or find us on Facebook. Thanks.